today I'm going to go ahead and work off of velocities for my predicted 1RM from my last meet. So I'm just going to go off of 585 for right now. It's been a while since I've done it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the VBT, the gym aware, and I'm going to go ahead and do 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, all the way up. And then if I can increase my velocities after my 80% above 0.4 meters per second, then I'll increase it to see exactly where my new projected 1RM is. So here we go. Alright, so this is going to do my base support system. Just trying to get mobility into the ankles and the knees and into the hips. After that, we're going to go ahead and work off of 20% of my 1RM. We're going to work our way up off the velocities. So I'll go 40, 60, and then 80. And then after the 80%, if I'm moving it faster than 0.4 meters per second, then we're going to increase it by about 5 to 10%. So I can see my new projected 1RM going into this new training camp that I'll be doing, getting ready for Battle of the Bay in February. Very long time, so we got plenty of time to work. But I'm going to be using a gym aware to help with auto regulation and also to see performance increases. So here we go. Now I usually don't roll out too much before I go to lift. Not the ideal thing, but I have been feeling a little tightness in my adductors, especially down into my VMO. So I'm just trying to relax that tissue a little bit better so that I have a little bit more range of motion, so I can sit down into my squat a little bit better. Then I'm also trying to increase that external rotation. So I'm going to hit my glutes a little bit too, just for a little bit. Not going crazy, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not doing anything like that. I'm just trying to open some stuff up, at least to relax the tissue, so that I can to do the movement more efficiently and effectively. Like I said, I'm not going to stay on it for a while. I'm going to get what I need right here and work through that range of motion. I'll do some of my base support system. I'll work on the hips. We'll work on some controlled articular rotations on the hip, and then we'll get right into it. I don't like to spend too much time on my warm-up, 5 to 10 minutes max, and then I start getting underneath the bar. That's really where the work begins. So, if you guys seen my past video about the grafting that I did on my knee by Dr. Christiana, basically she went in there, broke up some of the tissue, or at least realigned some of the tissue so that I don't get that tendonitis buildup. So what we did, we tried to just unravel all that tightness and all that inflammation there and try to get it aligned nice and straight pretty much. If you think about it, think about like cooked spaghetti all over the place, right? We're trying to realign those squiggly lines and put it back into place so that I don't feel that tension or that pinching or that stabbing feeling inside my knee when I go to squat. Right now, I'm just trying to warm up my quad, right, and getting some blood flow in there so that I don't feel that pinching or that stabbing pain while I go do my squat. Yeah, so like when I do these warm-ups, I like to work from the ground up. So I did my ankles, I did my knees, then I worked into my hips. And every time I'm still trying to maintain or at least create that intra-abdominal pressure. So when I get underneath the bar, it's already second nature. Pretty much, if you don't have good core stability, if you don't have good trunk tightness, it's going to be hard for you to actually lift maximal load efficiently. So we also want to make sure that we're getting that intra-abdominal pressure going, so you're breathing diaphragmatically into that whole lumbar area so you can create that tightness so you can explode up on the bar. So like I said, it goes ankles, knees, hips, and then well, obviously all throughout that we're going to be working on intra-abdominal pressure and breathing diaphragmatically. So, like I said, I like to get underneath the bar for my first couple of warm-up sets. I did the bar, I'll throw a plate on, then we'll work off our percentages that I wrote down for the velocities. I'll throw that gym aware on now with 135. We'll see how fast we're moving 135 at 20% roughly of my projected 1 RM. Alright, so now I'm getting into my 60-ish%. I threw on, I'm going to throw on my belt and I'm throwing on my sleeves now, so I'm going to pull them up, see if it's a difference. I just did a squat without the belt, without the wraps up, so now we're without the sleeves up, and now we're going to go into it, see how I can increase that velocity with obviously my belt and now my sleeves. So here we go. So if you take a look, my first set without my belt, I did 0.70, 0.71, 0.67 with a mean of 0.70. When I threw my belt on though, however, I got 0.76, 0.74, and 0.69, which leads my mean up to about 0.73, 0.73. So basically meaning if I put my belt on, I'm able to have that tactile cue to brace harder, and it helps me with my overall lift. So when people say that a belt does not help, a belt definitely helps.
Niggas better get a lot of money.
All right, so as you can see here, my mean was 0.49, so that's above 0.4. So we are going to go up about 5 to 10% and try to get a new PR from these velocities. Let's do this shit. All right, so we chipped it up 5%, 10%, 5%, 5%. I don't even know anymore. My ears are ringing. I'm gonna go up though because I did 0.43. So chip it up 2.5 more pounds. So all in all, not bad. We ended up at 470, right, Dave? 470. You can see on the second rep that my left knee valgused. That was that same knee that I just did Graston on. And you could tell right then and there that that's a problem. And it's not coming from my hip primarily. It's coming from tightness in the adductor, which is causing me to put a lot of that strain in my vastus medialis, or that teardrop muscle, right? You just got to figure it out, man. We'll, start to roll it out, get some more Graston done, whatever the case may be. But I'll take it. It's a win. I went about around 5 to 10% above what my projected 1RM was going to be off the velocities. So it's a win, and I'll take it. But there is some things that we got to work on, especially on this lateral chain on my left side. But that was it. Now we're going to go into accessory work. Now, I see most of you guys try to put 15,000 plates on the leg press and basically just give me a slight knee bend, where what you really want to try to do is get maximal range of motion without turning or curling in your low back, because then you're going to end up pumping your low back. So you want to get a good range of motion so that when you come down, your lower back does not round, but you're still getting that full range for your leg development. Also, I'm controlling the negative. I'm controlling the eccentric so that I can get more time under tension and help build the muscle. And then from there, I'm going to recruit as much motor units as possible. I'm going to explode out into concentric. So we're working strength and we're working hypertrophy. Notice how the tempo will never change. I'm keeping the same tempo so I can maximize my potential to grow and to get stronger. Now with these, I'm going to be going into an RPE around 8 or 9, depending on how I feel. But today I'm just going to try to go for RPE 9, basically meaning I got about 1 rep left in the tank that's going to be clean. So we're doing RPE 9 off the 8 to 10 reps, staying in that hypertrophy range. And like I said, we're maintaining that same tempo. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into hamstring curls. We're going to do a little bit of that so I can hit my hamstrings out. Then after that, I'm going to kind of do a superset with glute bridges with the isometric contraction where the band's pulling me linear. So now I have to maintain tightness in my hamstrings while I'm working my glutes. What that's going to do is that's going to shorten up the muscle that is distal to what I'm working, which is going to help with contractile forces. So here we go. All right, so that was pretty much it. After that, did a couple of accessories and things like that. But basically what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make sure that we have a baseline of knowledge of what I'm doing going further into this training for this next competition. So I'm gonna be doing this for the next couple of months. So if you like this type of video, make sure you hit the comment box. Let me know if you have any questions. Also hit that comment box and hit subscribe if you want to see new videos each and every week. I'll be trying to pump out as much as I possibly can. Thanks for watching.